Hello, dear meditators and prospective meditators. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. The purpose of this channel is to provide peace to you through your meditation. This channel will teach you meditation from scratch, from beginning to an advanced stage. My name is Ravi, and let's begin this session by answering the question that I asked you in last session, which is, who is the biggest problem in your life? I want to answer this question by telling you two stories. The first one is of a guru. Many years back, a guru taught his pupils not to touch any woman. So amongst his many teachings was a teaching that, you should not be touching any woman. So one fine day, they were actually walking across the jungle, and there was a river, and that river had just a plank to cross the river. So only one person could cross at a time. So this guru and his pupils were walking by. They were waiting to cross the river. And there was this lady who was actually trying to cross the river, but she was fumbling every time. And she was scared, and she would go 2 steps and then she would come back. So she would do that time and again. And these guru and his pupils, I don't know, they kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally, the guru, decides to just carry her, and he lifts her in his arms, and then he crosses the plank, the river, and then she puts her down, and he keeps walking. And then the pupils behind him are shocked, because all this while he has been teaching his pupils not to touch women. So these pupils are like shocked, and then they want to ask their guru why he touched that woman when he kept teaching them that, they should not be touching any woman ever. So after a lot of deliberation between the pupils and, a lot of thinking and mustering some courage to ask the guru the question, one of the pupils in one fine day asked after his meditation this question to the guru, Guruji, you actually taught us not to touch women, but that day, why did you touch women? Why did you actually lift her in your arms and you helped her cross? Isn't that wrong? So the guru smiles and says, hey pupil, amongst all the learnings I taught you, you remembered only this one? I also taught you not to carry any baggage ever. I also taught you to live in the present. I also taught you to forget and forgive. I taught you so many things. Why are you only remembering this? Also, I carried the weight of that woman and forgot it there. And you have been carrying the weight of that woman for so many days now? Is that justified? Is that what I taught you? So what's the moral of the story here? The moral of the story is that we in our lives keep stopping, rewinding, and playing the tape of an incident that has occurred with us again and again and again, and create negativity within ourselves rather than just forgetting it then and there. We could have chosen to actually, in this case, basically, the pupils could have just chosen to forget that incident and move on. Yet they kept carrying that weight of that problem again and again and again and kept pressuring. Whereas the guru, he helped the lady and he forgot about it. So that is what is happening with us time and again in our lives. Every incident that happens with us, small or big, we actually, take that in our minds and in our hearts, keep it, and depending on whether we like or dislike less, dislike more, we stop it, rewind it, and play it. And we keep creating that negativity in our mind. So the real problem actually lives in us. We are our problem. Nobody else is the problem. I'll prove this to you with another example. This is more relevant, maybe. So today afternoon, I was typing an important email to my boss, and I was in the middle of an email, and I was full of thoughts and what to write and all that stuff. And suddenly, my wife comes and says, "Hey, Ravi, the food is on the stove. It's cooking. Can you please check?" And that one thought, my friends, disturbed my whole train of thought and made me forget what I was typing. So, if I were not meditating, what I would have done is basically I would have gotten up and said to her, "Why did you tell me that? I was in the middle of an important email and you disturbed me. That created the problem." And what would have happened after that? She would have yelled at me and said, "Did you ever tell me that you were in between an important work or an email? How would I know?" And that would have started an argument that would have continued, and were creativity for her and me both. Well, in this case, you could say that my wife was a problem. I'm just kidding. But what actually happened is I gave myself a couple of moments, closed my eyes, and then I tried tracing myself back to where I was. And eventually I found my train of thought and then completed my email and then sent it over to my boss. So in this way, my meditation helped me gather that extra couple of moments. This is what meditation does. It awakens your conscious mind and gives you that couple of moments of stoppage that actually allows you to think before reacting. That is the most important thing. Otherwise, in the example that I stated above, if I would have yelled at her, who was at problem? I could have easily blamed her, but the real problem lies within us, within me. Recognizing that is the biggest thing in this world, my friends. As soon as you recognize that, you will try to fix it. As long as you don't recognize that, you will always keep blaming someone or the other for all the problems that are happening in your life. So please remember this. The world will always remain the way it is. It is not changing. You are doing this meditation for yourself. You are doing it to change the way you are reacting to things. Simple changes in the way you think can bring a whole lot of changes in your life. It has really brought a whole lot of changes in my life. So again, I'm requesting you, please meditate, please awaken your conscious memory, and you will see the changes in your life and in your relationship with others. So the biggest problem is nobody else but you. If you solve yourself, all your problems will be solved. I also need to thank you all, my viewers, for this change in attitude within me, because as I am doing more and more videos, I'm also meditating along with you, and it is giving me more and more consciousness. Thank you very much. With that said, let's focus back on the meditation technique that I taught you previously. That is the 100 breath technique, focusing for 100 breaths over here. I hope at least some of you were able to, focus on your breaths and also maybe complete 100 breaths continuously. If you were not able to, that's fine. Keep focusing, and one fine day you will get there. But now we will discuss phase 2 of that meditation. What happens after you have completed the 100 breaths? So after you have completed 100 breaths, by then you have been able to kept at bay all the thoughts, and you have been able to seriously focus, the breathing and in this area. So you have sharpened your mind by then. At this point, slowly bring your attention from your breath to somewhere inside your mind. Just try to see the hollowness and the darkness inside your mind. If you are not able to figure out any specific point, just focus on here. And observe the silence inside your mind. Now, this may stay for 1 second, 2 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever. But this, my friends, is your first moment of consciousness. So please remember that this is your first moment of real peace. And this is where you need to be. Because in this moment, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, except peace. If you could just live in this moment forever, you would be at complete peace. There are no thoughts in mind. There are no problems that are bothering you. There is no subconscious mind that is kicking those past thoughts or future thoughts. So it's complete peace of mind at that point. But remember, this is not going to stay forever. At some point, your subconscious mind will awaken again and throw those thoughts. So at that point, you need to tell yourself, my peace is the most important thing in this world. And that will keep giving you the strength to remain in that conscious mind position. But the conscious mind will keep kicking these thoughts, the past thought, the present thought. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, I forgot to do that. No, if I don't wake up right now and do something, something is going to happen. All those fears, all those emotions will keep coming, keep kicking. But you got to tell yourself that your peace is the most important thing for you. And just keep focusing on this position or somewhere inside. Just keep observing that darkness. You have to separate yourself from your thoughts. Your thoughts are like a train that keeps coming and going, coming and going, and coming and going. You have to be like a platform, not a passenger who boards the train. You have to be like a platform that stays still regardless of how many trains come and go, come and go, come and go. Feel that these thoughts are not your thoughts. It's like it's somebody, a third person's thoughts, and view like that. Like if something was happening to a third person or another person who is not related to you at all, would you react to those thoughts the same way you are reacting to them now? No, right? So that's exactly what you need to do. You need to stay still and separate yourself from your thoughts. Now, it will take a lot of practice to actually consistently keep your mind focused here. And it might still happen that eventually your thoughts win over you, right? Because that's what has been happening since childhood. You have been thinking and reacting, thinking, reacting, and your subconscious mind has been trained like an artificial intelligence model that is trained to provide you answers according to your likes and dislikes that it has learned. So every time those thoughts kick in, try to say to yourself, my peace is the most important thing, and keep focused in this portion. But if you are not able to do it, thoughts are constantly overpowering you, go back to the breathing exercise and do another 100. Remember, this is not a boring exercise. This is the most important exercise. Even Gautam Buddha did this breathing exercise. You can read more about it. So Breath is the most important thing in this world. I can't emphasize enough. So please, if you are not able to focus, if you are being overpowered by your thoughts constantly, just go back to the breathing and do another 100. Your mind still needs to get sharper and sharper. So once you are done with those 100, focus back on this point again and just try to stay there and observe the calmness, and observe the thoughts that are coming and going, and you not reacting. Honestly, that's what you need to do even after you come out of the meditation in real life. You got to decide once the thought comes, is it really worth reacting to that thought? If you just had that 2 seconds of pause and thought about that, you wouldn't react to around 90% of the thoughts because they are not really important. And not only that, they are not important, even for the important thoughts, you will get a different perspective to react in that 2 seconds. Just the way I explained you today, the way I reacted to my wife disturbing me in writing the email. So, this is phase 2 of the meditation. The phase 1 was basically taking those 100 breaths and focusing on this area and sharpening your mind. Phase 2 is basically taking your mind slowly in this area or anywhere inside in this area, because this is where the whole problem lies. This is where all the thoughts are. So you can focus anywhere that you feel comfortable in this region, and just keep at one point and observe the calmness inside you. So this is phase 2. And also keeping away the thoughts that are coming and going and coming and going. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Forget and forgive, forget and forgive. The more you hold thought, the more you hold a grudge about someone, the more you hold a very happy memory, and that doesn't happen again, the more you're going to hurt yourself. So, that balance of mind is what you need, and that is what you will get with meditation. You need to awaken your conscious mind, and that is what you will get with this meditation. So, this is what you need to do. Keep juggling between phase 1 and phase 2, phase 1 and phase 2, until your phase 2 becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and you are able to implement it in your real life as well when you come out of the meditation. In my next video, I will implement this phase 1 and phase 2 together and show you how my mind is actually reacting, so that you will also know what's going on with me, what are the thoughts that interrupt me, and how I overcome that or don't overcome that. I'll let you know all in the next video. As always, we will end the session with a question. Do you think you can achieve magic with meditation? Think about this. So that is all for today's session. Thank you for joining. And please like, subscribe, and share this channel as much as possible. It is for everyone's good, and may peace be with you.